Hi Aquarius, this is Tara and welcome to your September 2015 Psychic Tarot forecast. And I'm really excited about this month. I'm calling it Psychic September. And the reason is after the long summer, we really start anew in the fall. The fall brings a change of seasons, and it just feels like this month is a good time to set intentions, to also pay attention to your psychic awareness and how you receive messages. Are you clairvoyant? Do you see through the third eye? Do you hear? Do you feel? A lot of people are clairsentient, which means that you're empathic and you feel like when you walk into a room, do the people you're talking to, does it feel good? Or does the space feel good? In other words, if you're looking for a house or if you're looking for an apartment or a space to lease, I would go in and take a look and stand there for a while and just see if it feels good to you, if it's a place that you would want to be in for a long time. And so, this month I'm also using the John Holland Psychic Tarot deck. I love this deck. The artwork is gorgeous, the symbology, numerology, and, really tarot is to stimulate our intuition. So that's another thing that we're doing with the tarot deck is we're really not only looking at the cards straight on as I do for you, but I also go into my intuition and then feel what comes up. So this will be a 4-card spread for you guys. As you can see, I'm shuffling and I empathically pull the cards that feel like they want to come out, and there's one of them, there's 2 of them. And sometimes they fall. I know if you've had decks, then you know how that goes. 3, and the 4th one is right here. Okay, fantastic, Aquarius. So how did your summer go? And also, what I said earlier about if you are clairvoyant, clairsentient, are you empathic? Put in the comments below. I'd love to hear, just one word or a couple words, how you intuitively get your hits, how your angels and your guides talk to you, and how you tune in. Okay, fantastic. Well, let's go ahead and start. So I'm turning these over to see what all you all get, and it's interesting. Okay, so very cool. We're starting off the month. This is a major arcana card. This is the power card in traditional tarot. It's the strength card. So, wow, fantastic. You're starting off the month feeling like your strength is in place. And you really do. You feel pretty strong. I'm sitting up in my chair as I do when I'm like feeling powerful like the lion. And so, like I said, I read these straight on and then intuitively go into it. So, what's interesting to me for this card for you guys for this month is actually not either the eyes, but straight down the middle of the face. So, it's like the forehead on down to the chin is what gets my attention, mostly right in through here to here. Okay, so you are blending. You are really starting to blend, and you're feeling it at the beginning of September. You're starting to blend that old world knowledge. You can see he's almost like a shaman or an elder with the strength of the lion. And it's kind of like, lead, follow, but get the heck out of my way kind of deal. But I don't feel like you're being bossy or you're being obtrusive to anyone. You're just being you. You're feeling like you're sure-footed. And also it feels like, too, with the new moon, which is, I believe, on September 13th of this month. I believe it's a Saturday. But the new moon is to set some intentions for you guys, because this card coming up first is very much like, okay, this is time to set some goals, they don't have to be solid, firm goals, but to create, to visualize, and see people accepting and loving you and your services. And and really feel that. Really get into that, because I feel like the more you can hear what people might say to you, oh, I love what you just told me, or I thank you so much for doing this for me, or a friend if you've listened to me, or even a spouse. You are in your strength. You have a lot of inner knowledge right now. You guys are really coming up. I'm seeing a purple, actually pyramid amethyst. And so that feels very old world knowledge from me for you. The other thing I'm noticing, it really is straight down the line. So you're merging these two aspects together. The old world shaman knowledge or elder knowledge with the strength of the lion. The other thing that I'm noticing right off the bat is the light right above the hair of both of the lion and the elder. So I'm looking at that and intuiting what that means for me, for you. Well, you know what it feels like is the crown chakra. So, we were talking about old world knowledge, and to work on your crown chakra, work on opening your crown chakra, because I'm seeing all of a sudden the color yellow. I feel like you can obtain a lot of joy by working with this crown chakra to get more knowledge. Any classes, any people that friends that are having get-togethers at their house, because it doesn't feel like a big room full of people. It feels like several people or a group of that you could get together with. And that would be a fun thing to do, is to open up that crown chakra to receive that wise counsel. That's really awesome. The number 8 in this card has to do with, 8 is in numerology. As you know, I'm a numerologist. 8 is about bridging the spiritual and the material worlds together. So this is also coming up feeling for me that there's some financial aspects that are positive for you that are coming up, and that you are seeing, I'm getting the chills as I say that, that's an affirmation for me, and that you are starting to see you're going to start seeing the fruits of the labor of what you've done so far, or you're starting to put an outline together that's really you're pretty pumped up about. And not only that, you're going to start making financial gains from it. So that's pretty awesome. You're going to start manifesting, not that you haven't, and this is a general reading, but the red is also getting my attention. Red for me means movement. And so that just feels like financially gains are to come. Gains are coming. Wow, that is fantastic. Very happy that you started off your reading that way. Okay, and then the next card is a spirit card. And the spirit cards have to do with our aspirations, our inspirations, our spiritual force, our spiritual foundation. And this is the number 1 of the spirit cards, and it's passion ignited. Okay, well that feels really good as well. So whatever you're doing, you're starting to see it in a new light or a new creative way that you've not done before. It could be about, she's holding her stomach area. Passion could be about love, and it can be about children. But I'm going back to the business and about what you are here to do in this lifetime. Passion is starting to become, oh boy, I'm starting to get it. I know how I want to do it. You're planning and planting the seeds. You're doing both. And as you can see, the yellow here is just like the fire of passion in her, and it's in you. Okay, and what I get when I look at this card, not only is the yellow, but right here up on the top of her shirt. So I'm going to intuitively look at that and see it's very, it's geometric linear looking to me, where there's this a little bit of frilly feeling around this card. This to me feels like the most linear, grounded, structured. So it feels like you're putting some structure into place. Those of you that have your own business, I encourage you, or have a hobby or something that you want to push forward, this is an excellent month to start doing so, to start actually tying the knots. Okay, so what does that mean for me, for you? Okay, so tying the knot means that maybe it's like a shoe is untied. Okay, and so you tie the knot, the shoe lace, and then you're on your feet, on your shoes, then you're ready to go. Then you're ready to go. If you don't have them tied, then your shoes could come undone, then you're not footed, you're not grounded. So that feels important, that it be practical and creative as well. And the number one in numerology is all about I can do it. Creativity, again, here we go. Individuality. So your individuality and how you create these projects or work together with other people is so, so, so very important. That's what I'm getting out of that. Chills again. It's about being a leader. Actually, I'm feeling like your own leader, but you might have some fantastic ideas for some people that you work with or some groups that you work with. I feel like you're abundant with ideas. Okay, and the other part that is intuitively coming up is this purple right in through here. So I'm going to look at it, and well, actually, as you can see, there's a purple, like a purple V that comes down here, but this particular right hand corner, it's interesting. It feels very, very spiritual to me. This is a spirit card, so with your spiritual foundation in place. And okay, this is what I'm also getting. And above you or around you are your spirit guides to assist you in creating, manifesting, and if you are connected to some like archangels in particular, I would call upon them, or whatever masters that feel good to you, because that's what it's feeling like. You don't have to do all this by yourself. You will get the messages from others that kind of whisper in your ear. You may not physically hear it, or maybe you do. Maybe this is how your psychic awareness comes up. But it'll be like an intuitive hit, or you'll see a sign that says, I've been thinking about that word. Or, maybe if you're seeing a movie or if you watch TV and something comes up. So pay attention to the signs, because you guys your passion is ignited. I love that. Okay. Now we have another spirit card. This is going to be funny as you see how this reading goes on and what came out. This is another spirit card. And this is the number 7 of Stand Your Ground. Okay, this is fun. I haven't seen this card too much lately, so I'm happy to see it. The number 7 denotes in numerology, it's a very spiritual number. 7 correlates with purple. It's also very analytical, because 7s, if you have a 7 birth path, just FYI, or a 7 birthday, you're born on the 7th, 7s tend to ask questions. They want to know the underlying mysteries of life. Okay, so this feels, in fact, this card feels, just because of the silhouette of him and the huge orange sun, it feels like there's a little mysteriousness, and stand your ground. So that's kind of fun. It feels expansive, I think is what it feels to me. What I'm looking at the most is actually if you can see it, the rod he's holding as he's pointing towards the sun, and it's going down to the blue part. Okay. Well, basically, stand your ground spiritually. Stand your ground spiritually. Like I said, I read these straight on and intuitively go into it. Spiritually, yes. So that's basically about owning your inner power. That's third chakra stuff. That's that solar plex. So first and foremost, know where you are there. Also, stand your ground, though, is feeling too like on a physical level, hold your power. Don't give up any ideas or to anyone who won't appreciate them. It's about, like, if you're in a group and you have fantastic ideas and someone's not vibing with that, or some people are not vibing with that, keep those to yourself. Those are your own. That's part of what it is. If you're in a relationship and the relationship is, you're not on the same path, so to be, and we don't have to be on the exact same path, but just to the other person gets you, you get them, and you feel like you're spiritually evolving. It comes up as the third chakra again. I'm feeling like some of you, I feel like some of you are going to be talking to someone, and I'm feeling like it's the women, a couple of women of Aquarians that are talking to a spouse, a boyfriend, a husband, an attorney. That just came up, an attorney, or someone who you've put into authority. That, stand your ground. Put yourself in authority. Because I am seeing, like, in a business way, put yourself as the authority. You don't have to be bossy, but again, this is a very beautiful card that in a very soft way says you're the boss of yourself. Okay, and I'm also seeing the light in between the legs. So the light to me feels like, as he does this, his legs are firmly footed. And as you do that, with no matter who you're talking to, you will gain the perspective, and you're going to gain, I'm hearing, acknowledgement, not for standing your ground, but as a result of standing your ground, as a result of it. See what I'm saying? The fruits of your labor. Okay, awesome. Well, the fourth card is another spirit card in your September 2015 Psychic Tarot Aquarius forecast. And this is the number 5. This card has been coming up, obstacles and challenges, a couple times for September for a couple of the other signs. So it's interesting to me. And so I'm going to look at it completely different for you. I'll read it straight on, obstacles and challenges. Spiritually. Okay, so as I look at it, I'm actually looking, this blue right here, to me, connects the planks, because this guy feels like he's going forward, but there's a few things that he needs to decide on before he takes the next step. He has his right foot very firmly in place, and the left foot is turned out a little bit to the left, and it feels like to make that next step, and this is what it feels like to me, just have your spiritual outline in place. This is really, 3 spirit cards in one reading. That's pretty amazing. First you got Passion Ignited, then you got Stand Your Ground, and now you're getting obstacles and challenges. So it's to me, this is just a message to say, any obstacles that come up, choose wisely. Choose wisely. Put the right foot forward. Put the right foot forward, not only right side, but the one that feels correct. And again, as I'm looking at this card, this, if you will, it looks like an orb to me. And so that feels like that is actually it's a challenge or an obstacle that actually turns out in your favor. So if any of you are in situations where, you know, you're feeling like it can be a business situation where things aren't, it's not quite where you want to be, and you're not sure, and you're wondering why it hasn't gone further, you know, why hasn't this taken off quicker? This feels like just breathe into it, because making the right decision is important. Don't just jump into it, but don't wait forever. So this yellow is like it's saying, pay attention to me. Pay attention to your sure-footedness. Pay attention to where you're walking. Pay attention. Again, some of you that have spaces that you're going to be doing some work, or spaces where you want to present your ideas to other people, you're in your business, I feel like some of you are needing just to look at the fine print. The fine print. It's just saying, you know, you've gotten some three excellent cards. This is just saying, just remember, we don't want to be airy-fairy this month. We do want to make sure that we take care of all of our practical business, as well as all the fun stuff, the creative ideas. Take care of your practical business, then this foot can walk forward. Okay, well that feels, and the number 5 in numerology, it's interesting, in numerology, the number 5 represents sudden changes. It represents travel. People with number 5 birth paths, they love to experience different cultures. They love to eat different types of foods. It's about reading. It's about absorbing. It's about adventure. It's about freedom. Okay, so that was helpful to me in intuiting this card for you. This is, by going over those obstacles and challenges, you are creating freedom for yourself. You are creating adventure for yourself. So don't jump into the fire. Just sort of, you know, walk gently, choose wisely, and you are going to have excuse me, a pretty awesome month, Aquarius. I'm very excited for you. I want to encourage you to subscribe if you have not subscribed yet, and I appreciate everyone that has. And then also, if you would like a personal reading, which is much more in-depth and much more personal to you, then click on the link below. It's www.themagicalmatrix.com, and you can see Order a Reading tab and look and see when I'm available, and I would love to talk about what you want to work out in your life. I also mentor people, so I help them come up with creative ideas, not only for business, but for relationships, help them communicate. So give me a call or go onto my website, and I would love to talk with you. Again, have a wonderful, wonderful month, and I will see you in October.